You know, we're on day 4 of the 29 days of love. And I have to tell you, it's exceeding my expectations. I went into this hopeful. So maybe expectations isn't the right word because I try very hard in my life to not have expectations. I believe that they are the root of our suffering. And that when we can just be in a place of receiving and acceptance, that life becomes like such a joyful journey. And so going into the 29 days of love, I really was just hopeful. I was hopeful that I would meet new people. I was hopeful that I would engage with people that have been in my community for a very long time, but with very little interaction. And I'm happy to say both are happening. So I'm thrilled. And the feedback that I'm getting has been extraordinary. It looks like I had a little camera glitch for a second there. I hope it's okay. I'm worried about my internet. Excuse me. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me live. Today, we're going to talk about the energy of love and living a life aligned with love and what that looks like. What does that mean? What does that look like? So, energy, we all have experienced energy, right? That we talk about sensitive people, highly sensitive people, empaths that can literally feel someone else's energy. And I believe, though, that, sorry guys, we're having a major storm here today. So I think my internet's a little bit glitchy. So please forgive any frozen moments. I'll try to like hang with it when my camera blinks. So, energy, we all, whether we are empathic, whether we are highly sensitive or not, we all know what it feels like to feel and experience energy. We all know what it feels like externally when you walk in a room and somebody's really upset, either really angry or really sad. We pick up on it instantly. We can feel it. When we're little kids, boy, don't you just remember walking in and knowing if your mom or dad was in a really good mood or a really bad mood? It happens really quickly. We just know it. We can sense it because we are energy. And inside our own bodies, we can feel it. We can feel when we're in a higher vibration, when we're in a good mood. We can feel when we're really sad. Our bodies feel a little bit heavier. Oh, I'm so sorry about the internet. Our bodies feel a little bit heavier. We move slower. We don't have the energy to do anything. We just want to like lay on the couch and watch Netflix. We're just down. We're in a down mood. We use those words, and it's a down vibration, it's a down energy. And when we can learn to align, like love is the highest vibration in the universe. And so when we set our intention of aligning with love, it's sort of like shoot for the moon. And if you land in the stars, that's not a bad place to be. If we're shooting for the energy of love, which is extremely high vibe, then we're going to land in a higher vibration. And this is something that you can learn to do. Yesterday, we did a tremendous amount of work on thoughts and how our thoughts create our experience of life and our reality. And so, by learning how to manage thoughts, which is simply, it's not just positive psychology, it's not just replacing a negative thought with a positive thought. Well, that could be true because we have choices, right? Remember the fork in the road? We always have choices on how we want to look at something, think about something, perceive something, and that can change our mood dramatically. But we also can literally understand that thought is like it's constant. It comes in and out, in and out, in and out all day long. A good example of this is, let's say you're at work and you're really busy and a thought pops in, what are we going to have for dinner? But you're in the middle of a lot of tasks with work. So at the moment, it's not the time for you to stop what you're doing and think about what you're going to have for dinner. So what do? You let it pass through. You literally tell yourself, I'll think about that later. And you don't let it disrupt your peace. You don't let it disrupt your flow and what you're doing. We can do that with any thought. We just don't realize that we can. We feel like our thoughts are so powerful over us that we have no control over them. I can't help it. I can't stop thinking about it. But this is just learned behavior and habit, because you can stop thinking about it and you do have control over it. And I know, like, we have our ego that says, yeah, but what about when something really bad happens? What about when we're like in despair from heartbreak? What about when our life is falling down around us? I can't control those thoughts. But yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because those thoughts, in and of themselves, are neutral. We assign the meaning. So you have just as much control over those thoughts as you do, what are we going to have for dinner? And when you see this, your whole life can change in an instant. In an instant, you can change your perspective and change your thinking about a circumstance or a situation or a person and have a completely new experience in your life in an instant. That is such good news, and that is so powerful. So, one of the ways that you can learn to do this is with thought work, like we just talked about, also with energy work. So we can learn to tune into our bodies. I call it a body scan. And we know where we feel emotion when we tune in. And we can also feel whether it's a high vibrational emotion or whether it's low. Waiting for my camera to come back. So when you feel in despair, sad, heartbroken, angry, like, feel that. Just stop right there and feel that. Feel the difference when I say heartbreak, despair, betrayal, breakups. Feel it in your body. Where do you feel it? I feel it like right in my solar plexus. I feel it right behind my eyes. I feel it a little bit of tension in my shoulders and my neck. Mostly I feel it in my solar plexus and my belly. Like an instinctual need to curl in like a fetal position into a ball to protect myself. And I believe that we do this because we're returning to a safe position, but also we're cocooning our heart. We're trying to hold and protect our heart. We all know that feeling of deep despair, deep heartache. Now move into the energy of anger. What does that feel like? Where do you feel anger? Anger, believe it or not, is actually a much higher vibration than despair. And we can feel it. When we think about anger, where do we feel that in our body? Like, I kind of feel it like between my shoulder blades, in my shoulders, in my hands, in my legs. Like I want to move into an emotion, anger, mad. And so you can feel it. Then think about excitement, joy. What do you think about when you think about that? What do you think about when you think about joy? Where do you feel that? It moves up from my solar plexus up into my heart center. My shoulders go back a little bit. I stand up a little straighter. I sit up a little straighter. I feel it in my cheeks because I'm smiling. Like, where do you feel it when you think about joy or excitement? Those energies. And finally, where do you feel it in your body when you think about love? Not just the word love, the energy of love, holding your baby, picking up a puppy, falling in love for the first time or the last time, the first kiss, that first phone call, being deeply in love after many years, looking at your partner across the room, looking in the mirror when you finally have mastered self-love and you can look in the mirror without shying away and you can tell yourself, I love you. Where do you feel that in your body? Again, my heart center, this time behind my eyes, but not in a negative way, in a more positive gratitude, grateful. Kind of teary. But in a positive way, gratitude. So when you learn to manage this, you can actually combine energy work with a body scan, check in with yourself. How am I feeling? Am I feeling heavy? Am I feeling lethargic? Am I feeling low energy? Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling anger? Am I feeling happiness? Am I feeling confusion? Like check in and talk head to toe. Just do a quick scan and check in with your body. How are you feeling? And then attach it to the thought. What thought am I thinking, or have I just been thinking that is creating this reality for me right now? Have I been like marinating all morning on something that happened or a conversation that happened that's bothering me? Or maybe I feel excitement. Maybe I feel joy. Maybe I'm looking forward to something. Maybe something's coming up and I got invited to an event and I'm really excited and I'm looking forward to it. Check in. What's going on in your body? So when we learn to live aligned with love, we learn to do this habitually. This becomes part of our day to day. We're doing constant without really a lot of conscious thought. So it sounds like a work, but it's not work. It becomes your normal, it becomes routine. You start to check in with your body. You notice how you're feeling. You check in. What was I thinking? What have I been stewing on? Or what have I been excited about? What's going on inside of me? And then we can actually start to, on purpose, cultivate different emotions and different thoughts. And yesterday we talked a lot about seeing through the eyes of love. And this will help because you can change a mood so quickly when you see things through the eyes of love. When we change our perspective out of the human of judgment and criticism and like deciphering, is this good? Is this bad? Assigning meaning. And we move into an energy of love, which is acceptance. Acceptance. At its simplest form, love is acceptance. So are we accepting of the circumstances? What are we thinking about them? I promised yesterday also that I would introduce you to a healing process. Now, this is a 4-step process that was divinely given to me in 2015. It was beautiful. And I have a book that's coming out this month. I'm so sorry. My internet today, I'm so sorry, you guys. So, I have a book that's coming out this month. And please put a message in, send me a DM if you want to be notified. If you'd like to be notified when the book comes out. It's called A Healing Process, and it is living a life aligned with love. So, heal. This was divinely downloaded. It was a beautiful gift when one morning I woke up and I literally heard, okay, the book is called A Healing Process. And HEAL is an acronym for heart, energy, alignment, and love. And it just poured forth. And fear got in the way. At that point in my life, this was very new to me. The idea of getting any kind of downloads, very new to me. I wasn't sure about it, number one. Number two, I wasn't sure about myself. I wasn't far enough along in my journey to feel confident in writing a book. So I started it. I was way too up in my head and I put it on a shelf. Fear got in the way. And then after several years, I pulled it back out and I started working on it because I had had so many more lessons in life. And I knew that it was time. And so that's the book that's coming out this month. And I'm very excited about it, but it will walk you through those 4 steps: heart, energy, alignment, and love. And these are cornerstones. So just like I talked about, I think on day 2, the 5 pillars of love, now we have another tool. So over the 29 days, we're basically assembling a toolbox for love, a toolbox for living aligned with love and for joyful living. So each day, as you accumulate these and you're taking notes in your journal, I hope, or I give you a PDF download, I hope you're gathering this so that it can become part of your day to day, part of your life. Because when we start to master some of these skills and we use these tools, our relationships change, our relationship with ourself changes, our experience of life day to day changes. It becomes so much better. more peaceful, more content, more consistent. No more of these roller coasters of emotions where we're like a bottle in the surf and all over the place. We're more consistent. We're more steady. We're aligned with love. Circling back to energy. Have you ever gone to the grocery store when you're in a really, really bad mood? And you can almost tell like you're repellent. People aren't getting eye contact. I'm not sure when my camera starts flashing and I freeze. I'm pausing, you guys, so I apologize. But you feel like you're a repellent, people repellent, because our energy that we're giving off is just like a stay away. Like, don't take your chances. Versus days when we're in such a good mood, we're so uplifted, we're so happy, we're so joyful, something really great is going on. We have really happy thoughts. Maybe it's a spring day, it's sunny outside, we've been working in our garden, and we're just in a good place. And we go to the store and people are like, wow, like your hair looks so good today. Or they look you in the eye, meet your eyes, and they smile at you, and you get complimented, and you're just magnetic. That's another piece of this. When our vibration is high, we're attracting like energy. Like attracts like. This is what the foundation of the law of attraction is. It's like tuning forks. We're at a certain vibration, and that's what will naturally attract to us. Just like a tuning fork. So I hope this was helpful today, you guys. I love the comments. I love the DMs. I love the feedback. Please keep it coming. Let me know if you're watching the replay. Let me know if you're on live. I'm using Restream, so I can't see who is on live with me, but I can see that there are several people on live, and I appreciate you so much. And let me know how it's going for you. Also, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me any questions, and I'd be happy to answer them. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we're going to venture into embracing single and how to fall really in love with you. Like falling in love with yourself, it's so sort of cliche, but most people don't know how to do it. And so that's what I'm going to start, because this is going to be a little bit of a journey, because there's many tools and exercises that I'm going to start to give you. Now, whether you're single or whether you're coupled, it doesn't matter. Falling in love with you is foundational for how you show up in relationship or how you create a life that you absolutely love. So we'll go there tomorrow. All right. Have a beautiful Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow. It's at noon Pacific time tomorrow on Monday. I'll see you then.